mathematics class children. Happy morning to you all. Chapter 4, exercise 4.3, problem number 1. If the cost of 7 kg of onion is rupees 84, find the following. Subdivision 1, weight of the onions bought for rupees 180. Subdivision 2, the cost of 3 kg of onion. So in this question you have to find two subdivision answers. Okay, the first question is weight of the onion bought for rupees 180. So for 180 rupees, how much kg of onion they bought, that only you have to find your first subdivision. Okay, now let us move on to the solution children. Subdivision 1. For rupees 84, weight of the onion bought equal to 7 kg. That is already given in the question. Cost of 7 kg of onion is rupees 84. So for 84 rupees, he bought 7 kg. That is, they bought 7 kg of onion. So for rupees 1, weight of the onion bought equal to 7 divided by 84 kg. So therefore, for rupees 180, weight of onion bought equal to 7 divided by 84 into 180. So you can cancel in 7 table 84 12 times. 7 12s are 84. Again you can cancel 12 15s are 180. So your answer is 15 kg. So therefore for rupees 180, weight of onion bought equal to 15 kg. So for 180 rupees they got, that is how much kg of onion? 15 kg of onion. Okay. Now let us move on to the subdivision 2. What is a subdivision 2 question? They ask you to find the cost of 3 kg of onion. Already in the question they had given the cost of 7 kg of onion is rupees 84. So now let us find the cost of 1 kg of onion first. Okay, so cost of 7 kg of onion equal to rupees 84. So cost of 1 kg of onion equal to 84 divided by 7. You can cancel here itself or else you can have it as it is. Now let us find the cost of 3 kg of onion. So 3 kg of onion equal to how much? 84 divided by 7. You can simplify. 7 how many times it will go? 12 times. So 7 12s are 84. Now 12 into 3, 36 is your answer. So therefore cost of 3 kg of onion equal to rupees 36. So they bought 3 kg of onion for rupees 36. Okay. Shall we move on to the second subdivision, second sum children? Yes, problem number 2. If C is equal to KD, subdivision 1, what is the relationship between C and D? That you have to find. Then subdivision 2, find K when C is equal to 30 and D is equal to 6. Subdivision 3, find C when D is equal to 10. So they ask you to find 3 subdivisions in this question. So solution given already, what is given? C is equal to KD they had given. So you can bring that D down, which is equal to K. So this is in the form of x by y equal to K. So as C increases, D also increases. Therefore it is direct proportion. That is your first subdivision answer. Okay, they ask you to find what is the relationship between C and D. So as C increases, D also increases. Therefore it is a direct proportion. Now let us move on to subdivision 2. What is the subdivision 2? Find K when C equal to 30 and D equal to 6. Now substitute. Already we have found C by D equal to K. You substitute those values. In the place of C you substitute 30 and in the place of D you substitute 6. 30 divided by 6. You can cancel it 5 times. 6 5s are 30. So your K value is now 5. Okay. Now let us move on to subdivision 3. Sorry children, it is subdivision 3. We have written it is 2. It is subdivision 3. Find C when D is equal to 10. Already it is given C is equal to KD in the question. Okay. And we found K equal to 5 from the subdivision 2. We found the K value is 5. So C is equal to 5 into 10. So C is equal to 50. Therefore C is equal to 50 when D is equal to 10. Subdivision 3, find C when D is equal to 10. Solution given. Already it is given in the question. C is equal to KD. Okay. And we have found the value of K is 5 in the second subdivision. So C is equal to, in the place of K you substitute 5. And already in the question D value is given 10. So 5 into 10. So your C value is now 50. So therefore C is equal to 50 when D is equal to 10. Now problem number 3. Every month, Tamil Selvan deposit rupees 5,000 as savings in his bank account. In how many years he can save rupees 1,50,000? I think you all understood the question, children. Every 3 months, Tamil Selvan used to deposit rupees 5,000 as a savings. Now you have to find in that is in 1,50,000 in how many years he can save this amount. That is your question you have to find. Okay. Solution. Let the number of years required be X. We don't know in how many years he used to deposit 1,50,000. So let us assume it as X. Okay. Now draw a table. Number of month deposits per month in rupees. So for 3 months he used to deposit rupees 5,000. So for 1,50,000, how many years it will take? That only we have to find it out. Okay. Now number of years and deposits are direct proportion as they both increases simultaneously. As the month increases, the amount also increases. The deposit amount also increases. Therefore, it is a direct proportion. So, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 divided by y2. Just you substitute the value 3 by 12 divided by 5,000, which is equal to x divided by 1,50,000. So, 3 by 12 into 1,50,000. Just cross multiply it. So x equal to, that is 3 by 12 into 1,50,000 equal to x into 5,000. Now you can cancel 12 with the 1,50,000. You will get that is 3 4s are 12 you will get. Then after that you cancel with the 4 table. You will get 37,500. Now x is equal to, bring that 5,000 down. So 37,500 divided by 5,000. You simplify it. You will get the answer 7.5. That is 7 1 by 2 years. So he can save rupees 1,50,000 in 7.5 years. 7.5 years. That is 7.1. 7.5 can be written as 0.5 can be written as half year. 7 1 by 2 years. Now let us move on to the question number 4. A printer prints a book of 300 pages at the rate of 30 pages per minute. Then how long will it take to print the same book if the speed of the printer is 25 pages per minute? Okay. You all understood the question, children? A printer prints a book that is 300 pages at the rate of 30 pages per minute. So per minute 30 pages is printing. Then how long will it take to print the same book if the speed of the printer 25 pages? The speed the pages 25 means how many pages they will print, we have to find. Okay. Solution. Let the required time taken to print. We don't know how much time he will take. The printer will take. So you take it as X. As the speed increases, time taken to print is decreases. So when the automatically you understood the speed increases means the time taken to print will decreases. Therefore, it is an inverse proportion. So time taken to print 30 pages equal to 1 minute. That is per minute is nothing but 1 minute. Therefore, time taken to print 300 pages equal to 300 divided by 30. Simplify 10 minutes you will get. Okay. Now draw a table. Time taken to print in minutes. Number of pages printed per minute. So time taken to print. First it will take 10 minutes to print 30 pages. So for 25 means how much minute it will take. That only we have to find it. That you take it as X. So x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Now just substitute all the values. 10 into 30 is equal to x into 25. So x is equal to 10 into 30 divided by 25. Simplify it. You will get the answer 12 minutes. Okay. So time taken to, sorry children. So 12 minutes you will get. So you write the finally. Therefore time taken to print 12 minutes they can able to print the if the speed of the printer is 25 pages per minute means it will take 12 minutes. Okay. Now let us move on to question number 5. If the cost of 6 cans of juice is rupees 120, then what will be the cost of 4 can of juice? So the 6 can cost is 210. Now you have to find what is the cost of 4 can. Okay. Solution. Let the cost required be X. We don't know the cost of 4 cans. So you take it as X. Now draw a table. Number of cans of juices. Cost in rupees. So number of cans in juices for 6 can, what is the cost? 210. So for 4 can we have to find. So you take it as X. As the number of can increases, cost also increases. If the can decreases means what will happen? The cost also will get decreases. So they both are in same. So therefore it is a direct proportion. X1 by Y1 is equal to X2 by Y2. So just substitute 6 divided by 210 is equal to 4 divided by X. Just cross multiply it. 6 into X is equal to 4 into 210. So X is equal to 4 into 210 divided by X. You just simplify it. You will get the answer. X is equal to 4. Cancel first in 2 table. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are. Then again with the 3 table on top 70 times you can cancel 210. So 70 into 2 you will get 140. So X is equal to 140. So therefore the cost of 4 cans of juice is equal to 140. Okay. Now let us move on to problem number 6. X varies inversely as twice of Y. Given that when Y is equal to 6, then the value of X is 4. Find the value of X when Y is equal to 8. Understood, children? So they are given inversely as twice of Y. They are given when Y equal to 6. When Y value is 6, that time the X value is 4 they are given. You have to find X value when Y is equal to 8. Okay. Solution already given in the question. X varies inversely as twice of Y. So X, you draw a table XY. What is given in the question? The value of Y is 6 when the value of X is 4. So in the place of X 4 and in the place of Y 6. Now what do you have to find? The value of X when Y is equal to 8. So X in the place of a thing you just write X, and in the table Y 8. Now just you apply the formula. X1 Y1 is equal to X2 Y2. So 4 into 6 is equal to X into 8. So X is equal to 4 into 6 divided by 8. You can cancel. 4 2s are 8. Then 2 3s are 6. So the value of X is now 3. Okay. Therefore the value of X is 3 when Y is equal to 8. So when Y is equal to 8, the value of X is 3. Now let us move on to the last question, children. Question number 7. A truck requires 108 liters of diesel for covering a distance of 594 km. How much diesel will be required to cover a distance of 1650 km? Okay. A truck requires 108 liters of diesel for covering 594. So for covering 594 km, they require 108 liters of diesel. So now you have to find how much diesel will require to cover a distance of 1650 km. How much diesel they require, that only we have to find. Okay. Solution. Let the required distance be X. You draw a table. Quantity of diesel in liters 108 X. Distance covered in kilometer 594 1650. Okay. As the distance increases, fuel quantity also increases. You know that is how much ever distance we are traveling, that much our diesel will get increases. Therefore they are in direct proportion. So X1 by Y1 is equal to X2 by Y2. 108 divided by 594 is equal to X divided by 1650. So X is equal to 108 into 1650 divided by 594. Just you simplify it, cancel it, you will get the answer. X is equal to 300. So therefore the diesel required is equal to 300 liters. Okay. Okay children, today's session is over. Have a nice day. Thank you.